Do you feel like your grocery budget is getting eaten up by all the high prices in the food store lately? Are you looking for ways to combat those high prices by shopping smarter, eating healthy food, and good tasting food? Then this video is for you. Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy, my husband's Paul. We're so happy you are here with us today. First of all, happy belated Valentine's Day. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. The beautiful flowers you see behind me are actually from my son, so that was just a blessing. I hope you all are doing well and the weather is turning a bit warmer. Let's get right to today's video. So many of you have been talking about how high food prices are. We are seeing it here as well. So we thought we would gather 8 really good tools to help you learn how to save money in the food store even further. These are no-nonsense tips. They're easy to do. They will save you money if you apply them, and if you apply them all together, well, you'll save hundreds over time. So let's get right to this video. The first tool we want to share with you is the digital scale that is in your supermarket produce section. Now, they are getting harder and harder to find. What I want you to do is really start utilizing that scale in your produce section. When you go to grab a bag of potatoes or a bag of apples or whatever comes bagged or pre-packaged, take several of them. Go over to that scale and weigh them. Paul and I just did this the other day, 5-pound bag of potatoes. Out of 3 of them, I mean, we could have sat there and scanned, which we didn't want to do over and over, but we got 6 pounds of potatoes for the 5-pound price. A lot of them were right at the 5-pound weight, and then several were over. Grab those ones that are over. Do the same thing with your oranges and apples. And also count how many are in a bag of oranges and apples and things like that. Portion sizes. Some bags may have 11 oranges instead of 10, or 12 apples instead of 11. So I know this may sound minimal, but over time it really adds up. Now, the other thing you want to do is weigh what you're buying per pound. So something is loose. Let's say you're buying tomatoes on the vine. First thing you do is take them off the vine. You should not be paying for the vine part. So just remove them gently from the vine. Then put them in your bag and weigh them. You may only need a pound of tomatoes, but by not weighing that bag, you're buying 2 to 2.5 pounds. When you're holding them in your hand, it may not look like a lot, but once you weigh them, you realize, oh wow, that's why at checkout, it was $3 more than what the pound said because you bought that much more. So really utilize that scale within the produce department, and you will definitely get more for your money. The second tool we're going to talk about is your smartphone. So many of us have a smartphone now. I would say probably 90% of you watching. Utilize it to save money on food. And I'm going to give you a bunch of ways to do that. You may want to get a pencil and paper and jot these down. The first one is, if you're looking for something specific, let's say chicken cutlets. So what you're going to do is just go to search and you're going to type in cheapest price near me for chicken cutlets. And underneath that, it will show you your local stores and price per pound for chicken cutlets that week. And make sure your location is turned on for this. Just go to settings and turn location on. I keep my location off all the time, except for things like this. So that is a great way to know what store has the lowest prices. Use your smartphone to compare prices. The other way you're going to use your smartphone is to scan your receipts for rewards programs. There are so many of them. The one that I use is Fetch. This is not a sponsored video. You can look it up, F-E-T-C-H. But all you have to do is when you come home from the supermarket is take pictures of your receipt and you earn points for what you bought. I would say that is one of the easiest reward programs to do on your phone. You just download the Fetch app, take a picture of your receipt, and then the points just accumulate. You can get gift certificates for restaurants, things like that. And that Fetch app works not only at the food store, it works at Walmart, at restaurants, at the hardware store. Just take pictures of your receipts and submit it to Fetch. Super easy. Another way to use your smartphone is your store's digital coupons. Listen, let's be honest, paper coupons have really become a thing of the past. Very rarely do you find paper coupons anymore. They're all on your phone in your rewards card for your particular store. Use them. Clip those digital coupons. Just clip all of them. Don't make yourself crazy. Just go to all, clip them all, and then when you shop, if you are to buy something that has a coupon attached to it, you will get that money off. Utilize the smartphone for what it is, a way to save money. And I'm going to share another tip with you later on in the video on how you can use your smartphone in another way to save money on food. Number 3, this tool is actually human beings. In your favorite grocery store, I want you to put aside pride if you're proud or embarrassed and find out when they mark produce down, baked goods, meat, whatever your store marks down, and ask the sales associates in each department when are markdowns done in your store. We went the other morning to Stop and Shop, and the meat markdowns are always so good there, and they're usually like a day or two out, meaning you're not getting expired meat. They're marking them down before the expiration date. So we saw the meat guy come out. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. Sure enough, we got 2 beautiful organic chickens, half price. Now, a hint with the meat department, higher priced meats, like the organic meats, tend to get marked down more than the regular priced meats. Why? Because people don't have the money to buy them at their price. So in other words, a $5 a pound for organic whole chicken, I'm not going to pay that, but I will pay $2.50 a pound for an organic whole chicken. So the organic meats and the higher price cuts, more often than not, are the ones they mark down. Be on the lookout for that. And don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Hover if you have to, like Paul and I did. We waited till the gentleman was done marking the meat down, and then we just casually swooped in, basically, and picked up what we needed. So great tip. Do not be embarrassed. Find out when those items go to markdown prices. And of course, check other prices for those clearance items. Look at all Acme had in the way of cosmetics, 75% off. Then their clearance racks in the center of the store had everything from cold brew coffee to sugar, kind of seltzer drink, paper goods. Literally everything can be found on these markdown shelves. Take your time, look through them. This was a score for me. I used Frizzies, 50% off. I couldn't believe the bargain that was. Shampoos, soups, Pop-Tarts, it's all there. Take your time and look. Next tool we're going to share are actually 2. One is your shopping list, and the next one is your receipts from your purchases. So let's start with the shopping list. We all know that we should take a shopping list into the grocery store. It will save you money. Do not go in hungry. Do not go in rushed, because I guarantee you're going to buy things you really don't need. Stick to your list. Stick to healthy whole foods. Now, I'm going to show you a tip on your smartphone. Remember, I said we're going to show you another tip on your smartphone. And this one really cuts down on time and impulse buying. Let us show you what it is. This is another great way to use your phone. Go to your local supermarket and you're going to open up the app for that food store. Not only do you get your digital coupons, you can compare prices. This is a great way to cut down on impulse buys. So you go to search or scan. I'm going to put in canned corn. So I typed in canned corn. I'm going to hit search and it will tell me how much the prices are. Once I click on it, it's going to show me the aisle and the shelf it's on. What a great tool. You're not running around the store looking up and down aisles for what you need. Check your local store app, see if it offers this. It's invaluable. On your shopping list that I told you is so important to have, you put the aisle number and the shelf number. You know right where to go, and this will cut down on time and also impulse buys. That's a great way to just get to the area of the store you need to buy what you need on your list and not meander, which will cut down on those impulse buys and also saves you time. Time is money, and we talk about that all the time. Now, another thing I want to share with you that helps you to save money is your receipt. I encourage you, before you leave the store, pull your card over, check your receipt. Make sure you were charged accurately for the items you bought. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. The problem with checking the receipt at home is you are going to get lazy. And not calling you lazy, I'm speaking from my own experience. What happens is you look at the receipt, oh, it's only $4. I'm not going to go back for that. Or, oh my gosh, I can't believe they overcharged me. Oh, I'm not even going to worry about it. Or you do worry about it and you toss the receipt and you have no proof that you even bought that item. So check it while you're in the store. Let me show you why. We were overcharged on 3 items on our last grocery shopping trip. Take a look at this. This is the first reason why you need to check your receipt before you leave the store. It is Lenten season for us, and on Fridays either we do fish or pasta, something like that. And the Gordon's fish sandwich fillets are actually really good. I'll show you the back of the box, not very many ingredients. And they had a sale 50% off all Gordon's. So they were $8.99 originally. After I was rung up, I saw that they came up full price. I went right to courtesy. Oh, guess what? The fish sandwiches aren't included in Stop and Shop sale. No problem, though. We ran over to Acme where they were half price. So this is a perfect example, something ringing up much higher than it was advertised. Here's another one. You see these sweet pork sausages? One came up $6.29, the other $3.14. They were on markdown. They both should have rang up for $3.14. I went up to courtesy, and what had happened is the cashier had scanned the wrong barcode. He scanned the original barcode instead of the 50% off barcode. So check your receipt before you leave the store. This is the Gordon fish sandwiches I was talking about. They're actually Alaskan pollock fillets, breadcrumb coating, and vegetable oil. For a quick, easy Lenten meal, we use this. And it is usually 50% off at supermarkets during the Lenten season. And please, this is not the cashier's fault. These items scan. And if they are incorrectly marked, this is what's going to happen. If it's not entered into the computer system, or maybe the sale price doesn't apply to the specific items you're buying, there's so many reasons. I encourage you, before you leave the store, check your receipt. The next tool is common sense. We want you to use your common sense, and that is a tool. Please don't fall for the supermarket gimmicks. Do not buy pre-cut food. If you have no mobility issues or anything like that, try to cut your own food at home. It is significantly cheaper than having the store prepare it for you. Also, don't fall for the buy 10 and you'll get a lower price. You live alone, you're single, you're not crazy about tuna. Do you need to spend the $10 on tuna? Are you going to eat all 10 cans before they expire? And yes, I know everybody has their opinion about when things expire. This is not a debate. But what I'm saying is be realistic on what you're going to use. Don't pay less to buy more if it's going to go to waste. Buy a different brand, maybe, that is significantly lower and you only have to buy one or two. Be careful of these gimmicks. And another common sense aspect of food shopping is, if at all possible, avoid the deli meats. A pound of chicken breast at the deli is going to cost you significantly more and have a whole bunch of more stuff in it than if you were to buy chicken breasts and cook them at home yourself and make chicken salad or chicken sandwiches, whatever you need to make with them. Just use some common sense when you enter in that store as far as falling for what they are trying to get you to buy that is literally the same item, only cut up or prepared, and they jack up the price by 50 to 100%. Be aware of that. The next tool that's going to save you money is your freezer inventory and your pantry inventory. Now, I'm not only talking about using it for what you have in the home, which is very important. We don't want to overbuy things. We don't want to run out of things and then have to pay full price for them. We want to get them while they are on sale. But also look at your freezer inventory and notice things that you're not using. This is just as important. Let me show you what we mean. Like we just talked about, the freezer inventory is great for knowing what you have in your house, not buying doubles. But Paul the other day and I were talking and he came up with a great point. Check your inventory for things that you notice are not moving out of your freezer that you have bought. I'm not sure if this is spelled correctly, but this is Cubanelle pepper. We grew them last year in the garden. We ate them all summer. Now it's kind of like we're not eating what's in our freezer. Of course we will, and I've got to get on it. But obviously this is something that we just don't think of during the colder winter months. So that's definitely one of them. Raisins are another thing we don't eat all the time. I keep them in the freezer because we don't use them. And they were actually going to go bad if I didn't freeze them. And yes, you can freeze raisins. Check your list and see what items you are not using. Now, the sausage, we do have a lot of. We do use it. We use sausage a lot, the Italian kind. But as you go up, look and see things that have been in there for a while that are still in there, and update your lists accordingly. The next tool is your in-home digital scale. We bought this, and here's the proof. If you can see it right here, 6, 7, 18 for $1.99 from Goodwill. This will save you so much money in the home. I'll share with you in a minute how it saves you money, but it doesn't have to be an expensive scale. Just any kind of scale you can use in the home. Why does this scale save you money? First of all, when you cook or you make recipes, this is going to give you accurate measures. If it says 8 ounces, you're not just taking a cup and filling it and hoping that's really 8 ounces. You could be wasting ingredients. Maybe it's 9 ounces, 10 ounces, whatever. It's also great for portion control. If we want to make a half a pound of pasta for Paul, I, and our son, what I'm going to do is weigh that half a pound of dry pasta out. I'm not going to look at it and think, well, maybe this is a half a pound. Now, if you're intentionally making leftovers, again, that's something different. But for portion control, for measuring accurately, that home scale will save money in the long run. And that scale also works amazing for things like taking big packages of ground meat and putting them into exact amount portions. So if you want to freeze 8 ounces of ground beef out of a large package, you're going to weigh each 8-ounce package. It works out perfectly that way. So you don't have a 16-ounce package here and a 4-ounce package there. It's all consistent. And another way it is great is if you're trying to cut recipes in half. So if you only need a half a measurement, use your scale. It really is a helpful tool in the kitchen to save money, food prep easier, and food prep saves you money. We all know that. Buying larger packages and then breaking them up and freezing them. So food scales definitely worth purchasing when it's on clearance or when you find it in a thrift store like we did years ago, but a great tool to help you save money on food. And the last tool we're going to give you that will help you save money is your oven heat. Now this could be 8 or this could be 9. I forget. I think I lost track somewhere along the way as we were going. But we did some baking this morning. Well, let me just show you what we did. Remember, another great hack, this is your bonus, is cook from scratch as much as possible. We have neighbors who are moving. Don't even talk about it to me because I'll just burst into tears, but we wanted to make them a little something special. So we baked them some banana muffins with little chocolate chips. They have streusel topping. Look at those muffins. I'm pretty darn proud of them. And then we also did our sourdough bread for the week. So learn to bake, learn to cook from scratch. It'll save you so much money. It's so much more delicious as well. Cooking from scratch will save you money. It will. It's healthier for you. It's better for you. It tastes better. And utilize the oven heat. Cook more than one thing at a time. If something comes out and that oven is hot and you need to crank it up like we did for the bread, well, it was already at 350. So we just cranked it up, put the bread in, beautiful. And our baking is done for the day. We're not turning on and turning off the oven. We're utilizing it to the fullest. So we hope these tips were so helpful. We hope you took some notes. Maybe there was a nugget of gold in here that you said, wow, I've never thought of that before. I'm going to do that tip, which we really hope you do. But prices are high. Any way we can cut back on our food costs is always a blessing. So we thank you so much for sharing this time with us. Today's question of the day: how are you saving money when you go into the food store these days? Is there a tip that you have that really works well for you? Share it with us down below because it won't only help Paul and I, but our viewers as well. And I honestly think we have one of the best frugal communities here on YouTube. You all play so nicely with each other in the comments section. And it makes Paul and I feel so good when we read these comments and how you encourage and uplift, again, not only Paul and I, but each other. And we thank you for that, for making this just such a cozy, comfortable place to be. Again, we thank you for being here. We ask that you please give this video a big thumbs up. Come on, help our channel grow. Also, if you are not subscribed and you watch our channel, please hit that subscribe button. So many of you watch us weekly, but yet you're not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, come on in and be part of our frugal family. Click that bell so that you receive notifications every time we put out a new video. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God richly bless you. We got to spend Valentine's Day with Paul's father the other day. What a beautiful time we had. Doesn't he look great? There was so much yummy food, chocolate fountains and cookies, all kinds of yummy treats, Rice Krispie treats, pretzels, and fruit to dip into the chocolate fountain, little mousse cups, punch. Just a wonderful time was had by all.